Wiring configuration. Recording is up.
Debunking bunkers.
Reticulating splines. We may or may not be live. Let us see.
Schrodinger's
stream.
Let's see. I just got the Twitch. You should be live on my phone. I just got the alert.
Well, the app showed up. Okay, there it goes. I was gonna say it's up, but it's not actually doing anything yet. There it goes.
No, it's doing stuff.
For me, it wasn't coming up.
Oh.
Okay. Stick this over here, where it should be. Actually, no. We'll stick this on this side. That's why I did it. That's why I did it over there.
Yep, there we go. There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see clearly now the stream is up.
Yeah.
So, and anybody wants to give me a recap, or are you gonna do the group thing again?
Good thing.
What about boop?
Makes the dream work.
What about a boop thing?
No boop.
It already happened.
Go back to bed, Kale.
I'm good luck.
Okay. We had mystery and adventure. Oop. And I bumped my mic. I apologize.
Kind of remembering now.
Mystery, adventure, mic bumps.
Murder.
Kind of like a mic bump. It's just a little more permanent.
Yeah.
But,
and it affects more than just your ears.
Mystery, adventure, murder. The initial spell, ma'am.
Oh, we found a dead dude in his room. He was a sports ball coach. Have a list of people we need to question. And so far the evidence points to a very intentional and somewhat methodical assassination rather than a crime of passion.
Mm-hmm.
One of us needs to be Charlie Chan.
What?
An old school black and white TV show detective.
But you see,
oh, there we go.
Milo already has the deerstalker cap and Inverness coat and bubble pipe because he does alcohol, not drugs. Even though alcohol is a drug.
Okay, we got Inspector Clouseau instead.
Yeah. Such is our luck.
Okay. Well, before we sink into references, allow me to correct you. He was not a coach. He was the CEO of the company who ran the Venus League for this particular game.
Oh. Interesting.
Well, I don't think you can really say owner, but the guy in charge.
Mm-hmm. You're not my supervisor.
Okay. I believe the last thing that happened was that Milo and Julius were going through the security and communication systems of the ship.
And then Julius just finished checking on the physical part.
Mm-hmm.
And so the problem has been determined that it is definitely internal. Someone is definitely jamming from jamming from the inside.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And also, what you discovered was that there are basically There appears to be actually two jamming things.
Oh.
The first was originally thought of as a glitch, because it was recurring but not serious, since it only affected the. I'm saying that it only affected the part of the ship where the murder happens, but back then the murder had not yet happened, so
Right.
didn't seem that big a deal. But that was just basically cameras and stuff. Oh. The additional, let's call it jamming, that happened on the that also took place on the night of the murder was more broad than that, and that's what's also interrupting the communication systems.
Hmm. I'm gonna let people with technical expertise handle this one because, oh boy.
So many ways to jam things. The question is to determine which.
Which is which?
Because I'm coming up with about 4. I feel like if I kept thinking a little longer, I'd get a 5th. Oh boy. Turns out jamming is actually really easy to do. You can kind of do it accidentally.
Let me check something real quick there.
Because let's see, you can blast a stronger signal over that frequency. You can, if there's any kind of secured connection, you can just do a deauth attack. You can. We already ruled out just blocking the signal with like a Faraday cage or chicken wire. I feel like
Yes.
I feel like that'd be offensive in this setting.
He's a chicken, a giant chicken.
You could block it in like a firewall rule. It could be there could be something misconfigured. There could be like a memory leaks, given the way it works. There's so many possibilities, so many permutations.
Milo and Julius, give me a let's say a mind perceive. Let's make it protocol roll, please.
I believe.
Oh, wait, no. Okay.
Okay.
Curse, you rolling slightly better than me.
You do notice that while you're doing all this research and checking and stuff, you do notice that you're basically with your own equipment that there was some sort of interference at the around the time of the murder. Let me check when that was. Yeah, between 2 and 4 the previous night.
Ooh.
There's a spike.
Yeah,
However, that did not last long. However.
Okay, so we have a proper signal jammer. We're going old school here. Now the question is, was everything affected, or was it just things in a certain area? Like, was it just the side of the ship?
By the give me a
Another
yeah, but this time mind exert and either digital operate or logic.
okay. Right.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Mind exert. Oh, there's.
So a 9, a crit, an 11. Wow, wait. I effectively rolled the exact same thing again. Just slightly redistributed a bit.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Okay. Okay. What you are able to determine is that it was a localized jamming. You were basically on, let's say, the outer fringes of it. You know, enough so that it left a trace, but not enough to like really alert you. You know, to cause any actual interruption.
We were far enough out to where it was like, oh, the Wi-Fi signal got a little fucky. Someone probably turned on a microwave.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. It's just space radiation. It's fine. Okay. Well. To the logs.
What logs?
The ship's logs. All the ship's IT logs. I know they have a seam somewhere around here. Let's see how far this jammer went.
Wait, ship logs. This ship's running off of steam?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a steam airship.
Yay!
Every time they open their computer, they have like, or every time they turn on the ship, there's like 5 updates.
Didn't you know HSD was a steampunk thing?
I didn't know that.
It's
Yeah, that's
space
why they haven't
steampunk.
made FTL power. Except for Lumen. Lumen finally is into diesel punk.
Okay. So you're checking the ship logs.
With the intent of seeing how many things basically said "ow" to the jammer for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, and triangulating. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, in this case it'd be sphere.
sphere.
It'd be more like a sphere, not a triangle, because you'd be able to see it expand out.
Well, plus or minus the interference from the walls of the ship.
Ah, true. Okay, so
Okay.
multiple faces.
Okay, let's try something different now. Between you two, I would like one mind perceive digital operate check and one mind perceive logic check. I'll leave it up to you who does which.
I've got a bone.
I
got a boon in 3 in both.
got
So which is your better one?
my boon is digital operate,
Okay, so I'll do the logic then.
but I love logic.
No, a worse roll.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Dang!
well, that's where all my points went.
You guys are rocking the checks today.
Yeah, no
It's
kidding.
like Millie with the loot boxes. We don't get nothing. She gets everything. Damn.
All right. It takes you a bit of work because with the other interferences that the ship system already has is a bit tricky. But you are able to determine that the source of this new interference that you found was, if not in the victim's own cabin, it was very close.
Oh. Interesting.
Dun,
So-
dun, dun.
So it started. So then they must have already been in the room when they
Or in
turned
the
it
room
on.
next door. Or in the room next door.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an insidious idea. Who has the cabins next to it?
Plot twist, it was us. We're the murderers. One of our great-
No, not you. That is the people are actually on your list.
Well, that's sketchy as fuck.
I didn't write the list down.
I mean, it's logical since the people on your list are the people in that general area of the ship. Because you might remember, the people of the ship were already able to or at least they're very very sure that one of these people is the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Because although the the like surveillance systems in that area of the ship didn't work, they could say for certain that that during the estimated time of death, nobody left or entered that general area of the ship.
So as far as we know, he was alone in the room. Basically nobody else has been in the room but him.
How long was?
Nobody left left or entered that area. It was perfectly possible that somebody was walking around in that area without actually leaving it,
Okay.
that wouldn't show.
That spike affected communication. Oh shoot! Sorry, waking up still. I've lost it. Could that? I forgot the first part of my idea. But it ties into the second part. Yeah.
Work out the second part, and in the first part we'll come back.
Could the spike have affected the the doors to where, as in like to where for detecting who is walking in and out of where?
Oh, do the doors have motion sensors or something? Is that what you're getting at?
Not necessarily the motion sensors, but the motion sensors. Yeah, that's right.
The doors will register when they when they were opened. But
would that signal boost, could it possibly have interfered with that during the time of the murder?
The general glitch in the security, what they thought was a glitch in the security system, also affected that.
Oh.
So it's definitely possible that someone from one of the other cabins exited, shot, and then went back.
Yep, totally. What? Imagine it like for the. Let's put it that way. During the time of the murder, that area of the ship had like a blind spot.
Okay.
Did we determine how long that blind spot was?
Like a half. Like
Okay. The glitch. Well, I'm gonna keep calling it that. Started shortly before midnight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Started shortly before midnight.
Because of there was an additional interference, the one that's also affecting the community system. Because that started up and is still going, they can't say when the glitch ended.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Two things.
Yes.
First thing I would like to do, I'm going to assume, especially with space tech, the jammer would be about the size of a credit card. Maybe like a stack of like 4 of them. I would like to check.
That doesn't have to be big. That is true.
Yeah, like IRL, those little shits are tiny. I would like to look around the walls and the ceiling maybe even the floors, for
Oh!
any space where that could have been slipped through, since it originated in the room.
It might have been in the rooms adjacent, and Spyglass makes a jamming grenade thing, the spam in a can, or spam can.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like a flashbang for tech.
Yes, exactly.
Spam in a can is the correct term.
Thank you.
I like spam. Spam, spam,
Oh god,
spam,
it's not even a... Oh god, that wouldn't even be an EMP. That would literally just... Okay, let's move on quickly, because I'm thinking about how I could make this.
At some point, I think we need to start talking in character, and then out of character for the questions. That's right. Because we're doing everything out of character right now.
Yeah, because we're...
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is your next move?
Because I forget. Do we have access to the space internet? Do we have access to space Google?
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay.
But my next move is bishop to beat b8.
Don't make me hurt you, Otto.
Does the cruise ship have anything like a library?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Because crap. What would that even? It has been a very long time since I've been to a library. Hold on. I have to think about what I'm trying to. Would the library? How well stocked is the library? Like, would they have like? Well, shit.
Would they have what?
No, I don't think they'd have shit.
I mean, I'm assuming they have a bathroom. No. Would they have like I'm assuming it's all computerized, so they might have like cached things. Would they have something like a I don't know, like magazines or something? Like, would they have something to tell if the people on this list may or may not have any kind of relationship with the murdered dude, whose name I can't recall at the moment?
That is a that is a good question. That is very possible. Now, the first person you interviewed, and the victim was called Archibald Stalswood.
Okay.
The first person you interviewed is called Istoro Steffs, and he was his assistant. So yes, there's a relationship. And you already know that at least one other person is that Gaona. She is an athlete who is they're currently on a sort of promotion tour.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a not team, the sport itself.
Yeah. But same. Like he would be like he would be boss over this person.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I have to find a pen. More importantly, I have to find a working pen.
And after we talked to Isdoro Steffs, there was another person to talk to, which was the person on the other side of the room. Yeah, the basically the one of the other major suspects.
Did you already go to someone else? I don't think so.
No, I'm trying to remember the name of the person we were supposed to go to after we talked to Isdoro.
Oh yeah, right. Right. I had forgotten about that. That someone Isdoro told you to probably talk to this person, Jeremy Anderson, who is a former player who was basically thrown out of the league by Stalswood. and who had been trying to sue and stuff. And so, there's definitely friction, let's call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Aww. Doodle pip.
Wait, what was he was shot in the front or the back?
Chest through the heart
Okay.
Sorry, front.
with a the spyglass handgun, right?
It was probably quite possible that it was a palm shot. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not sure if the palm shot is specifically spyglass.
Right.
Just as a side note.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm writing all this stuff down now. Because like, nope, I'm gonna go full. For sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
The game was called Rebound.
Rebound.
Which I'm now remembering. I meant to give you some information about that in case you were interested.
Rebound. What? Oh, rebound.
Okay, which one was his assistant?
Istoros Steffs. This is probably the easiest way. There.
Do 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 do.
Deep.
Do.
Oh, let's not start this.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not. Sorry.
And then the athlete was Cyrus? No.
What? Cyrus?
Which one was the athlete? Sorry, I'm looking at the list and I'm trying to get it all in my head.
Darren Anderson.
Yeah. Oh, I already gave you a full back list. But...
Yeah. You have the list. I'm just like I'm writing it all down with I'm being Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Wow, that was like
Your
Palpatine.
journey to the dark side will be complete when you cross over the digital barrier.
Okay. That's a strange crossover, man.
Okay. Well, let's leave the dark side behind for now.
Let's go over to the yin side.
Okay. Because I know we've had and what did we determine from the Bowers and the Hubbards? Because I remember we had some.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
We haven't talked to them yet.
Okay, I'm going to go to the library, see if I can find anything about them. Because I don't have space Google. Have to rock this old school.
Okay. Well, give me a mind perceived digital operate, please.
Wow, that was subpar.
Successes, though.
That's still two very solid successes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
It
Uh, Well, you are able to determine a few things you already know. You know, like who Archibald Stalswood was, and that he is like on a promotion tour. Has been on the ship for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't just get on.
Mm-hmm.
And that that Gaona is like they are indeed on a promotion tour. She's like an up and coming rebound star.
Mm-hmm.
And what Isidoro Steffs told you that Jeremy Anderson that he's that he was a rebound player but got kicked out of the league and is very bitter towards Stalswood because and there was some controversy, the idea that that Stalswood basically threw him out on a whim, and and there are voices that say that Stalswood is kind of known for being somewhat ruthless, and if he feels that a player does not respect him sufficiently, that he will just throw them out.
Mm.
So we got one motive.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing about the other names on the list, though.
So they're not famous.
A nice motive. And he's a bit loco, too.
That makes it too obvious. He's obviously not the bad guy, then.
Wow.
I threw out a pun there. A bad pun.
That's kind.
I was gonna say, don't go metagaming. That's not good.
It was
No. I threw it out. I was like, motive, loco, motive, right? Nobody got it.
Because it was bad, and you should feel bad.
Or maybe they just chose not to acknowledge it.
Now he's thinking with puns.
Okay, now, in the meantime, the rest of the group, I believe you were gonna go on a interrogation tour, right?
Pretty much.
Yep. So where are you going? Which is the next? What do you call the subject of an interrogation? Interrogee?
Suspect.
I said, yeah, suspect if you have to do it the easy way.
Person of interest.
Let's stick with suspects. That's fair.
The poi.
So who's next?
I was thinking Jeremy Anderson, the athlete.
Okay. Yeah, like the other suspects, he has been asked to remain in his cabin, so easy enough to find.
And you mentioned that this person has the cabin adjacent to the.
No, he does not.
Okay.
The cabins adjacent are of his assistant, Isidoro Steffs, and what was his name? Cyrus Hubbard. And as you are probably not surprised, Odell Hubbard as well. That together in that cabin.
They're sharing a room. Scandal.
Well, considering the similar last name, there's probably some sort of relation.
Scandal.
Silas and what was the
Cyrus and Odell Hubbard are in the same cabin.
Odell. Okay. Sorry, taking down names.
Oh no, what have I done?
All right.
Okay. So, this was Kuva and Guy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. As you enter Jeremy Anderson's cabin, you see him basically stalking about the room. You know, like somebody who is like cooped up and doesn't want to be and impatient and stuff. He is a he is a male falcon, and he's a professional athlete, so he's obviously pretty athletic.
Mm-hmm.
It's in very good shape.
But is he pretty athletic? Is he a good-looking bird?
As most athletic people are, yes, he is bad looking.
Okay, so he's not super roughed up.
There are few Pulse people who are not good looking in at least some way.
Point.
This is fair.
No, I'm not here. I'm in the library.
The library. All right.
Okay. Well,
The red.
I should have asked. Are you just like going in, or are you knocking, ringing the doorbell?
I'm gonna be polite and ring the doorbell.
Who's gonna
Unless
be good?
Guy-
Who's gonna be bad?
Obviously, Guy is the bad cop.
Superman. Batman.
Okay. Yeah. The door will open after a moment.
Alright. Kura will kind of give a curt professional smile and say, "Hey, are you Jeremy Anderson?"
Yeah, that's me. Well, are you the people who are like investigating this?
Yeah, that's us. We're wondering if we could ask you a few questions, if we could come in.
Well, yeah, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. So, yeah, come in.
Kura steps inside and kind of chuckles and says, "Yeah, you and me both. Here we are taking a luxury cruise. Now we're solving a murder. I don't even know if we're gonna get paid for this."
Well, I certainly am not. You get the feeling that he's pretty angry.
Kura will kind of nod his sympathies and say, "Yeah, you worked with this guy, right?"
Oh, Stealthwood? Well, yeah. I mean, if you're playing Rebound on this planet, then you have to, you know. I don't know if... Well, okay. Don't necessarily have to work with him, you know. If you work for a company, you don't necessarily work with the CEO. But, yeah. I suppose there's no reason to deny that I didn't get along with him very well.
Yes, I understand. As I understand, he could be kind of an ass.
That's an understatement.
Kura nods and kind of sighs, shakes his head. So, around the time of the murder, did you hear anything, see anything?
What time was that?
Out of character, what time was that? It was like 6 in the morning, wasn't it?
No, it was between 2 and 4.
2 and 4, thank you. Kura kind of squints. Says, it was around 2 to 4 in the morning.
Were the
Any
jamming
notice
happening
any-
around midnight?
Notice any weirdness with electronics around that time? Anything flickering? Any signal loss?
No, I was asleep. So I was at a party until, I think, like, shortly before 10. But I didn't feel well, so got here, took some medicine, and then I went to bed. I was woken, though, in around, I think it was like 3:20, 3:30. Around then, because can you believe it? Somebody was in my cabin.
Kura's eyebrows shoot up. Did you get a look at them?
Well, no, it was dark, but there definitely was someone here. The door was open, and and they made a noise, and when I woke up and said something like, hey, "Who's there?" Yeah, awesome, right? But that wasn't thinking quite right, you know. It was just woken up, damn it. And yeah, then they just bolted.
Whereabouts were they? And then Kura is going to search around where this mysterious figure allegedly was in the apartment.
He points okay, I think he was about here, somewhere around the couch table.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe they ran into the table or something, and then and that's the noise that woke me. That's my guess.
Kura will look around in that area, see if he notices any basically any evidence left behind.
Nothing obvious. But one thing that forgot to say. Sorry. But yeah, you mentioned electronics. I tried to contact security, obviously, but all the lines were dead.
Kura nods and.
So yeah, after that, I made sure that the door was closed, and then I know it sounds strange. I went back to bed. I still had that medicine in my body, and I wasn't really fully awake. So
Kura
when I actually did wake, I heard that Stealthwood was murdered. So damn it.
Kura nods and says, "Can I take a look at what medicine you're taking?"
Yeah, sure. Basically takes you to the medicine cabinet,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you it's not I didn't come up with a name, but it's nothing unusual, you know. It's something that'll like he claimed, you know, to calm down his stomach and help him sleep.
Okay. Can I roll? Let me see. Mind perceive communication to see, if he seems to be omitting anything or acting evasive around any specific topics.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. 799.
Mm-hmm. You you get the well, okay. What seems weird to you is that how angry he seems, especially every time the murder is brought up.
Mm-hmm.
No, almost like it was almost like it was a personal offense towards him.
Right.
Especially when someone would say, considering, that Stolz threw him out and everything, and he tried to sue him and the company itself. You would more get that he would be more pleased. You know, I mean, not saying that he's the kind of person who is happy when somebody gets murdered, but you know how people are.
Yeah. And the anger doesn't seem like an act or anything.
No, he seems to be genuinely angry about. Like it messed up something for him. Yeah, almost like this goes directly against what he wants.
Seems like you had a vested interest in this guy being alive.
At that he pauses and Don't even need to roll for that. He gets a bit evasive, and it's sad. It's murder is never a good thing. So
Kura sighs and says,
Listen, I have an idea of what was going on between you two. Anything that can eliminate you as a suspect is good. And hey, if it's
Kura kind of holds his hands up and says,
if it's a sensitive topic, I'm a discreet customer. But if you have any sort of alibi or any evidence that you wouldn't be killing this guy, now would be a very good time to use it.
He seems he seems to go with himself for a moment. Then goes, okay, it's supposed to be under an NDA, but I mean, with him dead, it's probably doesn't matter anyway. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he kicked me out and everything, and I was angry at him. I tried to sue him. I tried to sue. Damn it, what's what company called? Sorry. I tried to sue RLC. But I had no reason to kill him because he was gonna let me back in. You know, we had we had a deal that I would make a triumphant return next season.
Kura nods.
Do you have any kind of proof on that?
I can show you my copy of the contract.
That would be perfect. I know it's under NDA, but this is a murder investigation, so if you run into any legal trouble about, breaking NDA, I don't know, have security yell at them. They'll probably drop it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, he will basically give you the file. Here, this is it. It wasn't quite ready yet, still under draft, and obviously not signed. But now it starts with that. It's not gonna be signed, so.
Kura nods sympathetically and says,
Yeah, I know what it feels like to be screwed out of a contract. Alright. I'm just gonna forward this to my friends and they'll take a look at it, but thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Might have more questions for you later, but for now, try and get some rest.
Probably a good idea.
Kura
I hope you can find the bastard who did this.
Me too.
And Kura will head back out into the hall.
Is Kuro, in fact, sending that file out to everybody?
Yes, I'm gonna forward the contract to Milo, Julius, Lavana, Guy. Just
Oh, I need
get some extra.
1 second.
What was
I need the die of decision. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Before you send that out,
Uh-huh.
Milo, you're gonna get a message from Milo saying, I can't find anything we don't already know. I need the space Google. This sucks.
Kura texts back with trying to do research without, network access is like trying to, disassemble a gun with just your tongue. No fingers, just mouth.
Nice, I like that.
At the end of the day, you're just left with a bad taste in your mouth and a mess. But no, if Milo and Julius want to look over the contract and see if there's anything fishy about it, or
Excuse you?
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say Milo's just gonna poke around the network and just kind of stay out of it for the time being, not actually part of the grilling. But he's gonna send a message of name. Vet sounds super sketch right now because of this. Because if she knew anything about this, it's in her best interest to not let it go through.
Yeah.
But we cannot let her know we have any ideas.
Is anybody actually taking a closer look at that?
It would be good because
I will
it'd be
take
good if somebody else was, because Kura's protocol has no ranks in it and a fault.
I could take a look at it. I got a boon in
Despite
protocol.
how bad all of our contract roles have been, none of us are. It's obvious none of us are lawyers, but I will do a roll on it. So just from
Okay. I'm gonna let you both do it. I don't think either of you has a background in polls.
Nope.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, then just
Just ASR. So
Just
Um,
Spyglass and IRP.
I'm gonna say mind exert protocol, please.
Oh hell, I'll throw in a roll anyway just to see how.
Again,
humiliating
we're
it
not
would be.
fucking lawyers. This is upsetting. Why
I've got
is
a
it
tool-
whenever a contract shows up, we just suddenly okay? We need another person in the party now who's a lawyer.
Hey, I got an 8.
I got a tutu, no leotard.
Oh my god, this is upsetting. Why is it? Every time there's a freaking contract, our rolls suddenly suck.
All of a sudden, there's an otter running across the ship in a tutu.
hey, I like that. That means I can get you on all sorts of.
Okay. You know, Milo's not checking the network anymore. He's going back to that library and reading every book they have on legalese.
Okay, but I'm gonna say, yeah, and that's the right word. There's a lot of legalese there. But what it takes you a while, but after a while you can at least determine that it has all the right digital signatures.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a question.
So, as far as you can tell, it's legit.
Why is it legal E's? Why can't we have legal O's or legal Q's?
Oh god damn it.
Shut up, Art. Okay, yeah. So contract seems legit. What next?
Well, the contract seems legit. What was the name of the head of security again?
Let me check my notes.
The cog.
Yeah, I know. Alina Narakot.
Oh, that's what that name was.
Could you post the list of names again? I forgot to copy them down.
The names?
Yeah. That you posted last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call up Alina and be like, basically just going to talk to
Yay.
Alina and just say,
Hey, did you guys get a report from Jeremy Anderson about a break-in into his cabin?
She like waits for a moment, just like thinks, then checks her double case, and says, no, nothing here.
So, he kind of mentioned that there was someone in his cabin around 3:30 in the morning, a little after. Said it was dark and he couldn't see who it was, but they broke in, made a noise, and when he woke up, they ran out. I'm just wondering why he didn't report it to security.
Well, at around that time, that should be around the time when the internal communication was, at least in this part of the ship, definitely still down. So, unless he was willing to just, physically go out and talk to some of us, couldn't.
I wish Burp Medic was here because she probably would be able to test his whole, like, I had drugs in me alibi.
What alibi? The, like, medicine thing?
Yeah.
But can probably still make a roll for that.
Right. I have no ranks in medicine, but I do have Mind Exert. Just trying to remember, like, can I just roll, like, Mind Exert logic to remember what the, like, do not operate heavy machinery for X number of hours after taking this medicine. Would he still have been drugged enough to go back to sleep after a burglary around that time?
I mean, it's Levana is still there, even though her player isn't, and there also is the doctor that first that they first called in.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask them, and they will tell you that if he, well, I mean, at least if he good dose of that, he would at the very least be groggy for several hours.
Okay. So that part checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And reading up on the list of suspects, what are let's see. We have not talked to the Hubbards, Edward Bowers, or Vet yet, correct?
Correct.
What are their relations to Archibald?
Well, that is a rebound player,
Mm-hmm.
and who is with him on this promotional tour.
Mm-hmm.
The others, at least as far as you know, no relations.
Okay.
Which is not to say that there is none. Dun dun dun.
I'd say it's time to go talk to Vet. But I can wait for Milo and Julius to get back.
No, it's, well, I don't know what Milo and Julius are planning to do.
Good question.
Milo, Julius,
Yeah.
what are you up to in the meantime?
Finding every book on legalese because goddamn.
Tired of getting screwed over
I'm
in
tired
contracts.
of terrible rolls on the freaking contracts.
Julius is building a fort out of books.
Oh my god.
There are no actual books in the library.
Aww.
It's basically just a big data center.
Julius is building a fort out of the chairs and tables.
The librarian is asking you very kindly not to do that.
And probably to leave.
Hey Milo, idea. Would you be able to sniff out the that device thingy?
The jammer?
The jammer.
If it was right.
Yeah, would you?
Which it is not anymore.
Yeah.
Aww.
Otherwise, it would just look like everything else.
Unless it was the stamina can.
Yeah, in which case, well, Milo didn't have a horrible nosebleed and fall over, so I'm pretty sure that would be his reaction to that.
Well, I mean, the stamina can has a set duration, but the stamina can does not go away after you use it. So theoretically, if someone used it, then either someone is holding on to it or it's around here somewhere.
Well, yeah, but he's asking more in the case of can I find the electrical bits of it that are working, which won't be unless it's turned on. I mean, no, because I can't even make an argument that it'd be a battery, because batteries don't, as far as I know, let out a lot of EMF.
It depends on if the bigger the battery and if the current is going. Yeah.
So if it's on.
Yeah. If something's using it.
Yeah. So in other words, unless it's on, the EMF doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mhm.
Kura is gonna call Milo and Julius and just be like,
Hey,
Curious.
you guys have any leads?
Yeah, lawyers are insane. This isn't even common.
Probably already knew that.
Kura, you hear a long suffering sigh over the comm and goes, Kura just goes,
I have to deal with IRPF, like, commodity trading inspectors. What do you think I think of them? It's ridiculous.
I was trained by IRPF. Probably as much the same thing I do. Bunch of assholes.
Kura just says,
Have you ever tried to get a perfectly legal shipment of parts past an IRPF unit that wants them? The legalese they can pull out of their back pocket could make a lawyer die of overload. Their head would just explode. It's insane.
Beautiful.
but Kura sighs and goes,
Anyway, never mind. The whole thing with the murder. I don't think Jeremy did it unless he's hiding something. He has too much of a vested interest in that contract.
Yeah, that sounds safe. If you all go grill Vet, make sure she doesn't have any idea we've got suspicions though, because she's the person who sounds like she'll benefit the most from this, from what we've got so far.
Yeah.
Our little starlet can't get overshadowed.
fair enough. Alright, well, with that in mind, I might as well go interrogate Vet.
Yeah.
Okay. Her cabin is nearby. Obviously, all these people's cabins are nearby.
Convenience.
So, again, are you knocking, ring doorbell, barging in?
Kicking down the door accompanied with the guitar solo from Highlander the One.
Oh my god.
I
No.
don't remember that. Linky.
Oh, I'll link it later. I don't want copyright strikes for music.
I don't want the copyright strikes because this is my Twitch we're streaming off of.
No, you can link it in
I need
Discord.
this-
And it's gonna be my YouTube channel where it's gonna be uploaded.
It's printed.
You hurt everyone but yourself.
HSD. No, I'm going to politely ring the doorbell.
Mhm.
Ring the
Like
phone.
before, the door will open after a few seconds.
All right. Don't have enough water to keep doing the voice anymore, but
It's okay.
Her just goes, "Hey, are you vet?"
On a couch, not
Mhm.
bothering to get up, you see a female cheetah.
Oh.
And she regards you somewhat coldly. Then says, "Depends. Who are you?"
Name's Kura Kalos. Got drafted into the investigation. Sorry to bother you, but just have a few questions.
Oh, investigators. Oh, okay. Come in.
Kura comes in, closes the door behind him and presumably Guy, because I presume Guy is just following him around. And shrugs and says, "Actually, I'm a merchant, but, well, investigator it is today."
Interesting.
He says, so last night, around midnight, there was a, did you notice anything unusual? Any noises? Anything electronic going on?
Not that I can remember.
What
That-
were you doing around that
that-
time?
That that must have been about the time when I went to sleep. I was in the ship's gym until I think about 11.
Mm-hmm.
Then I returned here to my cabin, took a shower, and went to bed. Didn't wake up until the captain woke me and said that Stalswood was murdered.
What was the last time you spoke to Stalsworth?
Well, yesterday. Sometime during the day, don't remember exactly when.
Did he seem agitated? What were you discussing?
Business, you know, the next part of the tour, the next press conference, stuff like that. I didn't notice anything different about him.
They definitely didn't seem worried or agitated in any way.
No. I mean, I assume you know that he wasn't necessarily popular.
Right.
Because of the way he ran the company.
Had anything
what-
changed recently? Any decisions?
Nothing. Hey, I'm just an athlete. He doesn't really tell me. It's not like he confides in me. No, but what I meant to say is that at least this is at least as far as I know, and I'm guessing a bit here, but he's getting his share of threats. You know, that's not just angry athletes, but angry fans. So if anybody was threatening him, he probably didn't pay much attention to it.
Right. Was do you know if he had any communication with any of the other passengers as far as business dealings? I know there's a couple other members of the league aboard.
Oh, you probably mean Anderson. I don't think he did it. That's not his style.
Which one? Anderson or
And Anderson, yeah. No, I mean murder is not Anderson's style. So.
Hmm.
Regarding business deals, you probably want to talk to Cyrus Hubbard. I mean, again, I don't have any details about this, but as far as I know, he was like some sort of business partner of Stalswood's.
right? Was it long time, or were they more recent?
I want to say long time, but I really don't know for sure. So don't take my word on that.
Fair enough. And then out of character, can I roll communication mind perceive just to see again if she's being like hesitant to reveal any particular information?
Yeah, sure.
Tells. 588.
She does seem oddly detached.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing specific, nothing you can specifically tell that she's hiding anything.
Yeah.
But it does feel a little strange. Again, like I said, how detached she seems from the whole event. Is almost as if she does not really care.
Yeah. So I take it this won't be too much of an inconvenience for you then.
I mean, of course, this is gonna cost some. How do you say? The company's gonna need a new CEO, and until that person is settled, and things are gonna be a bit. The best word I can think of is uprooted, But and of course my tour here is probably gonna be cut short. The promotional thing. But, I mean, honestly, I don't really mind. I'd be glad to get back to my regular life. But the games will continue, and eventually there'll be a new CEO, and things will go on. Maybe not as they have before, but more or less.
I was going to say, aren't the promotional tours a good source of funding? Seems like it would be a lot more disruptive.
Probably, but I'm pretty well funded already, so not really worth there.
Right.
I'm probably coming across a bit cold. I realize that, but yes, it's well, you gotta be a bit well, I don't want to say ruthless. Probably picked that up from Stalswood with which is not really a notion I like to consider, but as I say, the games do go on. Can't stop playing just because somebody died.
Well, Kura nods and makes a note and just says, "Alright, I'll be in contact if I have any more questions, but if you have any concerns or if you remember anything, go ahead and contact me."
I will. Good luck with the investigation and everything.
And with that, Kuro will head out. Let's see. Make some notes. Interesting that she would. I give Julius and Milo a call and note that she actually, if you'll pardon the pun, she actually vetted Anderson just because I feel like if you yourself shot someone on a cruise ship, you'd probably want to implicate another passenger.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that she isn't the murderer, we don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
But she actually kind of went out of her way to say that it wouldn't seem like something that Anderson would do. Even though, well, she actually does have a vested interest, innocent or not, to implicate him. Milo, I don't suppose there's a way you could check in on communication between Vit, Yaramir, and Archibald, is there? Like, check security footage, see if they talked, got into any sort of argument or altercation, you know.
I can at least see if they have anything, see if they have any camera footage or something.
Yeah. Basically, just see if anything changed on this tour that would. Actually, I'd just do that for Archibald's activities the last couple days on the cruise. Just like, see if he was communicating, talking with anybody in any way that wasn't, amicable.
Oh boy, well, Milo's gonna be out for the next couple days.
Julius will help.
For the next day.
I mean, you have some pretty good systems. I mean, you could probably just straight up skip the
good portions of it, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe a couple hours tops.
Julius will probably, on the security footage, Julius will probably find that he missed out on shrimp night.
Oh, you can crab legs?
Okay. Well, give me let's say mind perceived digital operate roll, please.
See, and now the rolls are back.
And
now they're back. As soon as it's not a freaking contract, it's back. Grumble, grumble.
Back for you. What? How did I mess up the computer? I want to mess up the computer.
Okay. Well, no, you're not messing up the computer because you did have a success, so it's not a critical fail.
Aww.
And Milo had enough successes to enter it. So looks like Julius is totally inconsolable over the fact that he missed Shrimp Night.
Man.
But okay, quick summary is Vet and Stalswood or Archibald or whatever. They can be seen. They can be seen together quite a lot. Often some sort of promotional things. Often apparently spontaneous. Vet has to be spending a lot of time in the ship's gym. and he often joined there, not to work out, but to make it a small event.
Mhm.
And like together on like things like when they're like dances or balls or stuff like that.
Mhm.
Again, you get the impression it's the whole be seen thing.
So, in
And,
other words, that's been seen a lot with Archibald.
Yeah, definitely. And what you can also determine that Archibald has met with Jeremiah several times over the cruise, usually in private, and never with that around.
Hmm.
This seems... This doesn't help Vet's case at all.
It really doesn't.
Now we just need the 3 points? No. The Oh, I didn't write them down yet. The Hubbards.
Mhm.
Yep. The Hubbards, and I don't think we've talked to Edward Bowers yet either.
That is correct, you have not.
Well, talk to the Hubbards, I guess. Old Mother Hubbard.
Okay. You'll find Cyrus Hubbard in his cabin.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
do you find him like doing this?
Oh no.
What the? No, why?
Oh Lord.
That was a good movie.
Oh, you will actually find him watching a movie. He greets you in a friendly enough way. He is a cock with a somewhat canine design.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Bowers is?
And he's looking very much like a business person, suit. Seems. I mean, it can be difficult to tell with a cock, but he does seem a bit older.
He's got that.
And
He's got those knowing eyes.
I have special eyes.
And as well, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm here to ask a few questions about what happened last night, if you have a moment, sir.
Why do you want to know?
We're wondering if you noticed anything last night, anything unusual, any electronics malfunctions, noises, anything out of the ordinary.
Not that I can remember. So there was a little a dance event here last night where I was with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, by the way. And this restaurant, sorry, it didn't come up with a name. Can really recommend it. And I think we got back around 1,
All right.
And then we pretty much went straight to bed.
All right. Did you know the victim at all?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We had some how did I put it? We had some business ventures we invested in together. You know, up and coming little corporations, things like that.
Anything to do with the athletes themselves?
No. I tried it, but Stoutsmith wouldn't go for that. The legal implications of such deals while he was running the RLC. I have to. There's not necessarily any laws against that, but if anything unseemly happened, it could have put us in a bad light. So, no, we tried to keep our investments outside of the Rebound League.
Yeah. Kura nods and says, best to keep everything above board. All right. With Stallswood, did he seem agitated or different in any way in the last couple days?
Not that I can say. Oh, we admittedly we didn't get to talk much in the last few days.
Right.
He wanted to focus on this this tour of his with his little, I think prodigy is the word, the cheetah.
Fat.
Yes, her. I'm sorry, I don't really follow, so.
Fair enough. Do you know Vet or any of the other athletes that well?
Not really, no. I've talked with her once or twice. During this cruise, I mean. No, can't really avoid it when she and Archibald were doing so much work together.
Right. And your wife, where is she right now?
That is a good question. She was called away a while ago. What would you like me to call her?
That would be good, actually. I just have a couple questions.
Yeah, no problem. He picks up a toggle case.
Mm-hmm.
And basically goes, yes, oh, hey honey, so where are you? Oh, well, that's convenient. Could you come over real quick? Yep, sure. There's this young gentleman here who has some questions about... Oh, yeah, that's one of them. Oh, well, okay. And he turns the case off. She'll be over right away. And just like half a minute later, the door opens, and the doctor who first checked out Stallswood's body enters.
Oh, doctor. I've already made your acquaintance.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were doing your little interrogation. Though I was still conferring with your colleague.
Can you do me a favor and re-describe the doctor?
Female deer.
Okay.
About 40 years old.
Okay.
And that is Odell Hubbard. She takes place beside her husband. Her husband.
I was gonna say.
Where was I there? And yeah. So what can I do for you?
Just trying to put together an account of events that happened around the murder. Did you notice anything unusual at the time? Any electronics malfunctions? Any strange noises?
Not really, no. But we were asleep. When did we go to bed, honey? Around 1, something like that. Somewhere between 1 and 2. we were at a very lovely dance. And, probably stayed a bit longer than we usually would. It was very nice, but we were exhausted after that, so slept rather well, despite the somewhat unpleasant awakening.
And Archibald, Mr. Salswit, did you know him well at all? Did you have any contact with the victim?
Not much, and not shy to admit that I'm glad of that. I was not fond of him. She shoots her husband a look, who just shrugs and just goes, "Well, I'm not fond of some of the people you work on, honey. So yeah, that's fair."
I was going to say there's going to be a double murder. She shot him with a look.
Double homicide. Domestic. Really kind of thinks for a moment and says, starting to think that that's a popular opinion on this ship. Do you seem to be behaving strangely at all to you?
Not that I can say, but I don't really want to claim that I knew him well enough to tell.
Right.
I just I just how do you say it? I tried only to interact with him enough to make sure that he would stay away from our daughter.
Your daughter?
Yes, our daughter Salome. She's on the ship as well, but she's not staying here. The other side of the ship. Dear child, trying to be independent from her parents.
Kurt chuckles and says, I think we all go through that phase.
And anyway, before you jump to any conclusions, there wasn't anything that's technically unseemly here. It's just my dear daughter has aspirations of becoming an athlete. Because of my husband's association with Mr. Stelzwit, she basically wanted to become a rebound player, and Stelzwit eventually found out and was trying to recruit her, and I would not have that.
So you didn't approve of their association?
It's not so much. Well, the association is part of it as well. I wasn't very fond of him. I think there are. If my daughter really has to become an athlete, I think there are better better ventures for that than Rebound.
Oh,
Hmm. Add character. I think that's interesting. With Alright. Kura will nod and thank them for their time and say, if you have any, questions, or if you can think of anything, please don't, feel free to contact me. Here's my information. Thank you for your time, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
As you're about to leave,
mhm,
Cyrus calls out.
mhm.
Says, "Well, I don't know if it's really important for this, but did you know that Archibald and Vet were in a sexual relationship?"
Kura
Bum,
stops
bum.
and kind of cocks a brow and says, honestly, I figured there was something between them, but I didn't know for sure. No. Do you have any evidence of this? Wow, okay, out of character. That came out a lot more pervy. Okay.
Hey, you don't have recordings or anything, do you?
Maybe photos you can email to me or something.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
In clip of Jane from Firefly saying, I could stand to hear a little more.
He chuckles and of course not.
Kura stammers and goes, not like, no, not like that. Just, I mean, was this something that was commonly known?
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, the big up and coming rebound star, and having regular sex with the CEO of the company that runs the league. I'm sure you can imagine what that would result in.
Right.
I only know because he let it slip by accident once, so.
Well, thank you for the information. That actually is very helpful.
Oh, okay. Well, glad that I could be of help.
Kura's gonna step out of the apartment and call up Milo and company. Again, and be like, so, our CEO and the star athlete were banging.
I feel like I should be surprised, but I'm not.
Also acknowledged, Cal. Kura kind of pulls a wry face and says, it does definitely complicate things, but what I'm somewhat more curious about is that the daughter of a cog and a deer was interested in joining this whole sports league only for their parents to have a, or at least the mother have a vested interest in shooting down their association. So we have the daughter of a cog, someone who, you know, by nature is somewhat mildly ASR affiliated, wanting to associate with someone who is a Pulse, presumably Pulse subsidiary CEO.
Yep, definitely Pulse subsidiary.
So that's an interesting kind of cultural cross going on, especially since the father was a business partner of this guy. We have a, like, I don't know, is it unusual for cogs to associate themselves with
I'm gonna say unusual, but not.
Not unheard of.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, their business dealings together were usually outside, at least outside of the rebound.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna say it the way it looks like this case of the like business, you know, the prospect of making money overriding the cultural differences of people here.
Right. Especially since what they were emphasizing wasn't the pulse related business.
Mhm.
Makes it smoother. Alright, what information do we have on the daughter?
She's a cheetah. She's an athlete. She was very detached.
No, that's not the daughter. As far as I'm concerned, we have a new suspect on the list.
Yeah.
And that's the daughter of the Hubbards.
Oh, never mind. I got confused. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Her name is Salome.
Can you spell it out? Or can you type it out, rather?
Wait. Where's it? Salome.
Salome Hubbard.
And she is. What you also know is that she's not on the list of suspect because she is staying in a different part of the ship.
And allegedly, no one entered this section of the ship.
Indeed.
Oh, Kale's getting pulled away. And theoretically, there's no way that, like, she could have been sneaking into this section.
As far as the security system, as far as they are working, can tell. No, unless she found a way, you know, basically not to use the hallways. Then she did indeed not enter this part of the ship any time around the time of the murder.
Right.
Okay. Milo's going back to the logs, the video logs. He's gonna see if the good doctor and vet have ever spoken.
That's a good idea. I'm thinking there could have been, okay. First of all, before I start conjecture, how old is Salome?
16 years.
16 years? Okay.
Assuming also a deer.
Yes, she's a deer.
Oh, so okay, so she's such a little sweetheart that she couldn't possibly have done it. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's like she wanted to become an athlete. So I could easily see there being friction between, possible friction between Vet and the Hubbards in general. Or even between Salome and Vet specifically. Because there's potential competition there.
I'm trying to figure out where one of them is gonna get the palm shot.
Yeah. And where the palm shot went. Like, okay, question for GM.
Mm-hmm.
Were there cabins searched?
Not yet.
Oh.
So, the answer is it's probably not going to be found because by the time they do get searched, it's going to be gone in one way or another.
Yeah.
Especially since they've already had a talking to, and they're like, "Well, this definitely needs to go bye-bye."
I presume. Assuming they did not bring it aboard. Perhaps this wasn't as premeditated as we thought, and that, I'm gonna wait until this guy gets on the cruise ship and shoot him. Assuming that is a possibility, would it be possible to check the logs on the printers on the ship to see if anyone printed off anything that could be assembled into that style of handgun, or just straight up they printed off that style of handgun?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think that would be more Milo's sphere of expertise than mine.
First, I would like to. I'd like to check to see if the doctor and Vet spoke to any significant degree.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
What I said before, just if the doctor and Vet spoke, since they both have a reason for him to die.
Not particularly, no. Basically, more on the occasion that that Cyrus Hubbard and Archibald Stalswood were talking, and the two females in questions were with them at the time. Probably just a few words exchanged, not much, and but what was I gonna say? Doesn't seem to be at least as far what little you can say from the from whatever recordings you can find. Not like there's any either good or bad feelings between them. They simply don't seem to have much to do with each other.
Okay. Well, there's that. And then a check to see. Oh, I lost it. What was the other thing Milo was checking? I lost it.
See if there's any way of seeing if anyone printed out a palm shot, or the components to make a palm shot.
If anyone printed out anything suspicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Use filters, man. Use those regular expressions.
Well, give me an digital, right?
That was digital operate.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, no.
No, fish.
It's definitely not, the outright weapon. The ship's systems would have caught that.
It was
If anybody
CG.
was, yeah, exactly. And yeah, from everything you can tell, it probably takes a while to go through all these logs.
Mhm.
But yeah, not as far as you can tell, nothing that would have not the component either. But there. Let's put it in clear terms.
Milo is now concerned that this ship is that they're actually keeping logs of what's being printed. He's like, oh no, they know what I had for breakfast this morning.
It's all for security reasons.
It's still uncomfortable. It's weird.
Okay. I think in the meantime we should probably call it here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Since we are now down the odd as well, and people seem to be forgetting what they're supposed to do. So
Okay.
yeah, we shall call it here.
Bookkeeping.
Everybody, take your 10 XP and 50 credits.
Woohoo! Bill money.
Was it 19?
And I will hope that the circumstances for the next game will be a bit better.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no more hurricanes.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Indeed.
Also, another reminder.
Yes.
Since I still got the recording going, I'm going to miss the games on the let's see, 24th and 31st of next month.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'd leave that in the video because bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping.
Good idea.
Probably wise.
Okay. Well, everybody say goodbye to the viewers.
Bye,
everyone.
viewers. Fairly well.
Stream is down.